public debt servicing is going to cost 28 trillion. The budget so far now, a draft budget of 69 trillion. So 40% of the budget that you brought is debt servicing. When you break it down to the amount of money you pay to civil servants and so on and so forth, so you remain almost with no money. She is calling for investment, but if that investment is going to come from the center, there is no money at the center that you're going to take there. NRM like sloganeering, they will tell you how the economy has grown, but they don't have actual money because revenue correction hasn't grown. They had a target initially of 18% of GDP, then they say now it is 20, but they are correcting sometimes less than 12%, 12% of GDP. 14 is usually the forecast. You never correct the money. If you read finance report, Minister of Finance, they said the last 5 financial years, we are unable to correct the money projected. And they keep raising the figure. Now they said we will correct 20. When they said we are going to correct 30, they corrected 26. Instead of saying we correct 20, now 40. Because that creates an impression that the economy is doing very well. If I ever get an opportunity or the team I work with to get into government, the first thing will be to remove some of these district sub-counties, they're just useless. We had 39 districts, I think the time Museveni took over power. Every district you start, the money she wants to invest in areas that will create jobs, he's constructing district headquarters. The money is buying vehicles for all those people that you are deploying. They are buying fuel, workshops. You need to see how many councillors and who move from one area to another that they have gone into benchmark, study, workshop, seminar, what. So even the little that is available is not being spent where it should. Because people in the mentality under NRM is that when you're in a public office, it is an opportunity. They have given you an opportunity for you also, and people will say you are stupid if you're not stealing. In fact, they think you are wiser if you have stolen very quickly and you have become, this guy is very intelligent. Within 5 years, he has a huge car, he has an apartment. Very intelligent man. So that's the culture this government has created. People who demand for district don't demand because they think the district will bring health centers. They demand because the district will employ them and give them an opportunity to be involved in corruption, either through construction or procurement. So the solution, you merge these small units. And that's why I said for us we wanted the federal states. Interestingly, when the regional tier bill came to Parliament, because from the discussion the president had with Uganda, he had said in Uganda, you will be deemed to be a federal state. I saw MPs from Morova, because initially they were choosing Uganda. They all, I saw Rango, they immediately held the Rango caucus and said there is a resolution from Rango, we are also becoming region. So create strong regional governments. I mean, I grew up seeing workshops for Minister of Works in Masaka. They were functional. Now you say every district will have a small tractor for light grading. They are being repaired from Bogembe. But the one that they brought first, they all not working. We are in Isingiro. We went to Isingiro. The new tractor that had been given to them, new road equipment, they said actually we prefer the old one. This one does nothing. Now I think they went for some new ones from Japan. Because you have people who are robbing at the center, sending to other robbers at the district. Chaos, cocktail of thugs. So one way of dealing with this, merge these smaller units, empower them, stop the duplication. Because just count, you now have 146 district headquarters, each with another DC, a deputy, assistant, brand new pickups. It has a chairman of the district, a pickup. It has a vice chairman, it has... So that money that you want to invest in a district, actually we are now investing in these individuals. Someone who said in Uganda, people are responsible for fighting poverty are the only ones who are getting out of poverty. Mm-hmm. So they appoint you to be in charge of wealth creation, for you become wealthy, but the people will not. So the service that you are taking to people, those who are supposed to take the service, they are taking services to themselves. And you reverse that by decentralization can remain, but merge, have federal states, stronger ones. Mm. Even if you want to maintain the district, NRM will want, don't duplicate them. I've told you I was in a park. I say now the district, so the only infrastructure that was available was the district headquarters. Beyond that, nothing else. Even when you're doing roads, first time I used the, I don't know whether it is Bugweri, Paris or something, to Kumi Road. That road was brand new, fantastic. For the 1 hour on that road, we were about 4 vehicles. In Wakiso here, where you Kampala Metropolitan, you collect more than 70% of the taxes, the roads are not done. An engineer in the Ministry of Works told me that for every $1 you don't spend on road construction, the economy will lose 3. Through repairs, through traffic jam, through this time loss, and so on and so forth. And if you study documents, to make a response to the budget framework paper, I've been reading many documents from Ministry of Finance. It is not that they don't know these things, that when you come on TV you are saying things they are hearing for the first time. They actually have reports one after another done by technical, very competent people. And then you go to a cabinet, this fishermen, cabinet of fishermen, who I am not even sure that they read these documents. And they are the ones who are supposed to run a country. So as you blame local government, you have a few like Chris and others. The rest, the same way you have... No, I'm not. I have said this, Chris. That's why I get disappointed when you say some of the things that you say. Because I have never doubted your competence. And I really feel very bad. Like I saw you when you had the press conference. Is this the Chris or someone else? Maybe this is a duplicate. No. I mean, the things that you have said before, because you have not been invented. So I have known you before and I know you now. So the point. I am sorry, Chris. I don't want to be diverted.
When I communicate, I don't have to please everybody.
I don't want to be diverted to begin debating you. So the point is, I have told you all the reports you read, either by Ministry of Finance or by any other ministry, very good report, good proposals, but they implement it and then they give them to same way you are at a sub-county level. You have a graduate as a parish chief, but you have someone who doesn't know how to write his name as a supervisor. Very competent technical people, supervised by some of ministers who should also be councillors. No idea, just happy because they were appointed ministers. So that mismatch is creating a problem for Uganda. So my solution, start by merging and then stop this pandemic of rewarding political and other technical. I mean, I've kept asking myself, you have a civil servant who is from Chira in Nigeria, and you buy him a vehicle of 500 million shilling. And in the area where there are 10 of them, those are 10 vehicles. No health facility, no ambulance. Dr. P was speaking about buying of ambulances. One time I went to Ministry of Health, before Chris went there, I don't know if things changed. Their compound was of full vehicles, new ones and the one that they are not using. And you go to every ministry, they had a policy that for you to have a car, you must be at a level of a director, and I think that's it. But now, so they buy a brand new vehicle for the director, he passes on the old one to assistant director. Then this one also passes his to a commissioner. A government minister that's supposed to have 10 vehicles, they have 50. That's why now you look at the budget, you have 900 billion fuel. 900 billion fuel for people who are driving. So the little money that we have, we spent it wisely. stop the duplication, stop the wastage. It is, and merge these smaller units. It is possible for them to deliver services, especially if the culture changes, not the NRM culture. When you get appointed, you think they have given you access now, you should steal like others are doing.
Thank you, Honorable Ssemujju. Lastly,
but districts which are led by opposition do not necessarily perform better.
Because we live under the same culture.
Professor, how do we rethink this decentralization process, especially to attain service delivery to the last mile?
Yeah, thank you very much, Timothy. One, like we have said, most of the funding comes from the center. So the services they will receive services to the extent that they have been given those services. Yeah, for the reasons I think Honorable Mapenduzi said earlier, you know, when decentralization was initially introduced, it was free reign. But then there started being observations of jobs being kept for people who are still in school. And especially when that touched the health sector, when it touched, I think, security in terms of police, and touched education, it had to be rethought. That's why the HR function comes back to the center. But the ability to critique, to supervise, to monitor remains. So how do we ensure services get there? We must have the financing to deliver those services. Like, let's say if at national level we have said that we need to reduce the distance to the health facility, is it up to 5 kilometers now or 10 kilometers or 2 kilometers? Yeah, they reduced. That means we are going to construct a health center per parish or per sub-county. So it's not just to say the people at the district have failed. If that year the parliament has prioritized that we are going to construct hospitals in these districts, or we are going to construct health centers in those districts, those people in that area will be able to supervise because they have been empowered to supervise, they have been empowered to ask questions, they are very politically alert, they know the money is coming from the center. But they will not be able to wish this when it was not part of that. And the districts which are not prioritized for that phase will have to wait. So it is not true to say that, you see, decentralization has failed. It has not failed, but it's being phased according to the resources we have and according to the prioritization. So how do we ensure it does better? One, we have to grow the economy. If we grow the economy, then we shall have more resources to be able to deliver these services. Without the resources, we can talk, we can empower, we can sensitize, we can give people voice. There will be nothing for them to monitor. So the center has to do more, and that's why where the center finds a shortfall, they go and seek for external funding to be able to provide those services, because especially where services that are essential have to be provided, they will go ahead and provide them. So how do we ensure it does better? One, we have to work on the economy. Two, continue sensitizing people to ask the right questions. If there are cases of corruption, they have to be limited. But I wouldn't also want that to cloud out what decentralization has been able to do.